Hello and good evening. Sorry, hadn't done a video in a while. It's because I didn't have any material, but now I do. So this video is a critical review about a book I recently read. The book is entitled 1984. And this book was written by George Orwell. George, just to give you a little short, brief background on Mr. Orwell himself. Of course, that wasn't his real name; that was his pen name. And the book takes place in the year 1984, but it was actually written in the year 1948. Of course, Mr. Orwell did not live to see 1984. He died 3 years after he wrote the book. So this was more of a exercise in predicting the future and peering into the future on what would life on Earth be like in that year. Many people at that time thought the year 1984 was way distant in the future, which it was. But, it's always interesting to imagine or interesting to dream. But overall, the book of 1984 it takes a jab at the idea of a utopia slash dystopia, borderline apocalyptic future. But unlike most novels of this genre, the world hasn't yet to achieve what it was created or set up to do. The book romanticizes a lot on thought crime and on forbidden taboo relationships and forbidden love. I think the reason why I use the word romanticize and romanticism is in real life, things like that is much more complex than in fiction. It's not always doesn't always lead to a happy ending, and the progression, whether it's to a happy ending or destruction, isn't always linear. You're going to have peaks and valleys. When it comes to a totalitarianistic type government, when it comes to world domination, I think in real life, a government that practices that is more subtle than what was portrayed in the book. In the book, the entity that runs the world or the region of the world the two characters live in doesn't make any effort in distracting the citizens and what it's trying to really accomplish, and that's total, complete control over its citizens. The book doesn't really grab my interest until 100 pages in, mainly because you start to see the more humane side of this story 100 pages in. Early in the book, my attention did stray, but I forced myself to keep reading the book. But I think the story takes a very interesting turn towards the middle of the book. But overall, the book kept me entertained for what it is. Personally, if I were to read a book, it would be advantageous if you're still in school to read the book. But as far as entertaining yourself or as leisure reading, I probably wouldn't recommend it. Maybe because it's very, very, to me, it was very difficult to follow. But this book, like I said, it's just a romanization of totalitarianism and forbidden love and taboo relationships. That's all it is. So that was my overall impression of the book. I could be wrong, but yet again, let me know what you think in the comment section. Share your thoughts and opinions of the book. And if you have any other suggested readings, any other books that may be of interest, let me know in the comment section. And thank you for listening, and goodbye for now.